2 movies set in the 90s. I'm gonna be feeling all nostalgic next year. What up, everybody? Welcome to Trailer Park, the movie review show that focuses on the trailers of the movies. I'm your host, Richard Barlow, and today we're gonna be talking about X-Men Dark Phoenix.
You think you can fix me?
Jean, you are not broken.
Okay, so let's just get right down to it. The trailer, of course, starts off with a slow, creepy cover of a popular song. Now, I know I've said that I'm okay with this in the past, but I'm not really okay with it with X-Men because X-Men at this point has to try harder. They have to work at being more original, being more creative, and this trailer just doesn't show me that. So them doing the slow, creepy cover, no good.
Charles.
Then we go on to see the same stuff that these X-Men movies have just been doing over and over. They're just recycling the same plot devices, and it's tiring. Mystique isn't happy with Charles, meaning at one point she's gonna go off and become evil and join the Brotherhood, which still hasn't happened yet after all these movies. When Jean Grey goes to talk to Magneto, guess what? He's hiding out. He doesn't want to be bad. He doesn't want to have anything to do with the world, just like all the other movies. So then that means that throughout the movie, he's going to start doing something evil again. That has happened in literally every single one of these X-Men movies with this younger cast. It is the exact same thing every time. They're not trying anything new. They have the same character arcs, and all they're doing is putting a new villain in there. Nothing new has come out of this franchise.
I came looking for answers.
The other thing that this trailer doesn't do is this movie is supposedly supposed to take place in the 90s. This trailer does nothing to show that. You know, Captain Marvel showed her crashing into the blockbuster to show us this is taking place during that time. Dark Phoenix trailer does nothing. Nothing suggests that this is the 90s. I just know that because that's what they said. Which is another thing that this X-Men franchise is doing that just doesn't make sense. Each new movie is a decade later. You know, it started in the 60s and now we're in the 90s. But the thing is, nobody has aged. It's supposed to be about 30 years between First Class and now. They all look exactly the same. The only difference is Charles has now lost his hair. But if this movie takes place in the 90s, the first X-Men, which this is connected to because of Days of Future Past, it says that this cast became that cast. That X-Men movie came out in 2000, meaning even if this takes place in 90, at the very beginning of the 90s, they have 10 years to become those characters. Now, I'm a little forgiving on the timeline of the X-Men because there's been time travel and I know it's all flimmy-flammy, but you can't change a timeline so much that the characters are gonna look different in the future. James McAvoy becomes Patrick Stewart. Michael Fassbender becomes Ian McKellen. That's just something that's going to happen based on the movies that they've shown us, and yet we're nowhere close. In 10 years or less, those young characters are just supposed to look like those old characters.
What did you do?
I had to keep her stable. I protected her.
In terms of timeline stuff, I am willing to forgive them that they're doing the Dark Phoenix again, even though in the original movies they did the Dark Phoenix in the X-Men Last Stand, because that was awful, so they've kind of erased that with all their time travel stuff. So that's fine. Have another shot at it, do it right. This does look like a better telling of that story. Like, the movie itself doesn't look that bad. The trailer doesn't show us a bad movie, it just shows us a recycled movie. It shows us nothing new in this franchise. You know, Magneto in the trailer actually says it to Charles. He says the line,
"You're always sorry, Charles, and there's always a speech, and nobody cares."
I think that sums up this franchise. There is always a speech. He is always sorry. Magneto is always trying to hide and then going bad again. Mystique is always getting annoyed with Charles and hinting that she's gonna go join Magneto. It's just the same over and over and over, and I want something new. So I'm kind of glad that Disney now owns Fox and that there's the rumors of the X-Men joining the MCU, because they're actually going to give a fresh take on it and not just give us the same thing that they've been doing since First Class.
There's still hope. Don't do this.
I will say, like, the costumes look good. The story of Dark Phoenix is interesting. It does look like they're going to do it fairly well. So this doesn't look like a completely awful movie. I am still going to go see it. I just know the character arc that all the main characters are going to take. I also want to note that Ty Sheridan, seeing him as Cyclops now with the glasses on, I now only see him in Ready Player One, and every time I see him with something on his eyes like that, I think he's just hanging out in the Oasis during this whole movie. Does he not want us to see his eyes? What's going on there? But yeah, so all that being said, I'm giving this trailer a B-. Now, the trailer itself is actually fine, shows us a decent looking movie and a decent looking story, but the trailer is getting a B because it is showing us just more of the same stuff that they've been regurgitating movie after movie after movie.
I've seen evil. And I'm looking at it now.
But what did you think? Are you excited for Dark Phoenix? Do you think this is going to be better than the other ones, or do you think that this just looks like more of the same? Let me know in the comments, and of course, let me know what trailers you'd like to see me review. If you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little bell beside it. And of course, check me out on social media. I'm on Twitter at TrailerBarlow and Instagram and Facebook at Trailer Park Movie Reviews. Now, I might be back on Friday with a new episode, but this video might actually just replace that because I am working on another project that I did plan to work on today, but then the trailer came out and I ended up making this episode today. So I might be changing that to be Friday, but we'll see. And that's all for today. So I'll see you guys next time. Hey everybody, if you liked that video, then click here for another one. Or if you want to check out the trailer for the movie I was just talking about, then click here. Or if you click on the Trailer Park logo, then your life's gonna be changed forever.